Spring is finally here, and my mind is whirling with ideas and plans for my garden. I knew I needed a place to keep everything together, so I decided it was time to create my gardening bullet journal. Let's jump in and I'll share with you how I've set it up. Hi everyone, Natasha here, and around my home today. I am back in the kitchen. I am at my usual spot, which is at the bench in front of the window. It's so nice to be able to look out and see the green grass and things starting to get buds and blooms and know that spring is here. And as part of just how things are going lately, I'm home a little bit more. If you've watched some of my other videos, I currently am also just as busy working because I'm helping a tax accountant with some administrative work. But I've managed to get outside and do a little more work in our front flower beds and in the front landscaping area around our home, which is something I try to do every year and don't do a very good job of it. So this year I'm really trying to make an effort to learn more about the plants that I have, how to take care of them, and understanding what they need to thrive so that I can make our home and the area surrounding our home look better and it look like it used to look when we bought the house. The people before were wonderful. They had great green thumbs and the place looked amazing, and we've slowly been trying to keep everything alive and not kill it, but it was time to do a little bit more and learn a little bit more about what we have. So my mind was full of all these things. I've been watching videos and reading up on things, and I realized I needed a place to write it all down. I had started with a couple of lists in my Unbound planner and quickly outgrew those. That's when I knew it was time to just dedicate a journal to my gardening plans. So this is the journal I picked up. I ran into Office Max and found this on clearance. I think it was maybe $7. And it is a brand I've never heard of. What drew me to it was the fact that it is a journal full of grid pages, and I knew I needed to be able to set up some of my spacing and flower bed layouts in my journal to be able to understand where I'm putting things and why and what needs to be moved. So that's why I picked this one up. It's a brand called Markings by C.R. Gibson. Again, I'm not familiar with it. It has 240 grid pages, perpetual dated sheets, and I'll show you a little bit about that. The thing I also liked about this is it came with a poly ruler stencil with a pocket, and I'll show you that in the back, plus 3 bookmarks and an elastic band to close it. It was on clearance for $7. The price was right. The only thing I've added is this Erin Condren bookmark or pen holder, pen loop in the back is what I've added. And I liked that it was gray and coordinated with that nicely. And of course the pages being orange, that's fine, or it's kind of a reddish orange. Mostly I was thinking this will help me know this is my gardening journal when I have it laying around and can't figure out what I'm looking for. So let's open it up and I'll show you just some of the other features about it, and then I'll show you how I've laid it out to use it. So I think this might have been on clearance because it's a little bit older. The yearly calendar here is it starts 2017 and goes up to 2020, which is fine. I don't plan on using that a whole lot, but I guess it's handy to have that there. The page color is on the yellow side. Let me go grab my bullet journal from last year that's in a Leuchtturm and I'll compare that. And I'll put any links down below. If I can find this journal online somewhere, I will link it below. So let's real quickly just compare sizing. So this is my Leuchtturm 1917, and I don't know how well you can see that, but basically it's just a little larger than that on width and height. And as far as my Unbound planner, it's actually just a little bit narrower on the width and maybe a smidge shorter. And of course the pages are thinner and it doesn't have as many pages, so the binding part of it is thicker. Sorry, hopefully you can see that. So that is how it's stacking up. And then as far as the page colors go, let me find a nice place here. Okay, so here's my Leuchtturm with the dot grid pages, and this new journal, you can see it is a slightly yellower page, and as far as the grid printing color, it's actually kind of similar, I think, to the dot grid. Of course, you're just going to see more of it because it's a grid instead of a dot grid, but overall it's working fine as far as that goes. So the pages are not numbered. They do have a little circle indicated where the number would go, and there is a area darkened in where you could put your title or a heading for that page, and then the date section here where you'd circle the month and the date. I've never used a journal like that. I don't know if I'll like it or not. It doesn't matter a whole lot because it's just for gardening, but it's interesting to give it a try. And then here at the back you can see this really cool little bookmark that is a ruler, and then also some stencils are on there, and I just thought what a nice idea to have that included. Now the binder doesn't come with, or the notebook doesn't come with a regular pocket that you could put papers in, but I liked that it at least had this, and you know, this fits nicely in here, so when you close up the book you can still see it coming out the top there. And having the ruler was super handy while I was setting things up. And then it also came with 3 bookmarks, a white, a light gray, and a little bit darker gray. So again, some nice features for a $7 notebook. So what I did to set it up is I went through and numbered about the first 100 pages or so. I decided I did want a spacing grid, and I centered it from the outside in because, as you can see, there was the page in the front that's glued down. I pulled it apart just to be able to count, but you can see that's kind of a, you know, throughout the notebook, the inside binding shortens up that grid a little bit. So that's why I counted from the outside in, and I went ahead and marked the quarter, the third, and the half. Those are typically the ones I'm going to use the most, I think. And then I set up 2 pages to use as an index. I know that usually comes in handy for me. I don't use it all the time, but especially if the notebook's been around a while and I go back to look something up, then I really like having an index to be able to find things. Then I just jumped right in to laying out my gardening design pages, and I have to say it felt really nice to get back into a bullet journal style notebook. The Unbound planner has worked really well for me in the aspect that it's given me an easy way to do future planning, and it's just there to kind of be utilitarian and set things up. But having a blank notebook that I had to do a little bit of design and set up in myself was fun. It gives me back that creativity that I always enjoy about bullet journaling. So it's been a nice, you know, new project to have this going on, and it's really helped get some of the clutter out of my brain as far as what I was thinking in terms of gardening and what I want to do and what I have and what I need to get rid of and all of that. So I started out with the main area of the home that's as you walk in from the sidewalk and the street, because these are the areas that I know I want to focus on, and then from here I'll just do what I can with time, you know, on the rest of the house and the rest of the areas around the house. And I've just laid it out. I used the grid system where 1 square equals 1 square foot, and did a rough measure of the porch and the length of the sidewalk and the width of the sidewalk, and then from there I just kind of eyeballed things. I knew that the fence posts, I measured 1 set, and that was an 8-foot centered spacing, so I just went through there. And there's a whole extra side yard here that kind of runs this way, and so the next page I laid that out. So I did use a north arrow to show me how I've turned my page to accommodate that. And then the south side I haven't laid out yet, but I know I want to lay that out as well because that's where our little pond area is, and that needs some TLC this year. And then I made a section for outdoor tasks that are quarterly or by season. So like right now I'm working on kind of cleaning up and preparing things in the spring. Sometime this summer or late spring, once the daffodils have stopped blooming, I would like to go through and just disperse the bulbs a little more evenly. They're in clusters that have been there for quite a while, so I think I could spread them out and, you know, make my daffodil display even better next year. And some autumn and winter tasks will get added, I'm sure, as I go into that each of those seasons. And then I knew I needed a place just to start keeping notes about plants. That was part of what I had been putting in my Unbound journal, was all of these notes of, you know, different videos I had watched. I've been watching Garden Answer here on YouTube, as well as P. Allen Smith's channel, and they both have lots of great short videos focused in on either just certain types of plants or one specific variety of plant, and that's what's helped me. This is by no means a thorough explanation of each plant or all the details I'll need, but it was just a place to start. And again, that's the beauty of a blank journal, is you can just start writing those notes in and go from there. So the only thing I did when I transferred from my Unbound journal to this was just to group together the things that were more for sunny areas. I left one extra spread. I'm trying not to leave a lot of extra spreads, and then I started in with any of the shade-loving plants, and that's it. So from here, you know, there's all kinds of ways I could use this journal. I'm sure if I continue with my gardening streak here and trying to be a little more involved outside with all the landscaping, then I will have some more layouts of the different beds that we have around the home and different areas that I want to focus on. Someday I'd love to have a vegetable garden. I'm not sure this is the season in life for it, so if I get there, then maybe this book will come in handy for that. But I'm already loving it. It's so nice just to have a place to go to. For the last several years, I've been thinking and toying around with the idea of, do I do like a card file system and just have a card for each little flower bed, or do I do a notebook, or do I buy some kind of a planner or a journal? And I'm so glad I finally just did this, because it's working out great, and I know it's going to help me as I go forward. So that is my new gardening journal. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know if you are a gardener and love working outdoors, and if you have something similar, any kind of a garden journal or a place that you keep your notes. I always like hearing how other people do it and what works for them. So thanks for joining me. I hope you have a great day. Be well and take care. I know this is a crazy time we're living in, and we'll all remember this, but hopefully in a few months we'll just be getting back to normal and enjoying things like, you know, going outdoors and getting into the summer and all that fun stuff. So thanks. I'm so glad you joined me today. Have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe and like my channel if you're enjoying this, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.